Hey everyone, welcome back to Bite Size Magic. I'm Zach, also known as Snack on Discord, and today I have some really exciting updates that I wanted to share with you guys. The first thing is, I want to say thank you. I am just so grateful that everyone has been so supportive of the channel. People have given me such awesome feedback. Everyone is loving, the video with Max a ton, and so we're definitely doing a part 2 to that one. But we got 1,000 subscribers. I am pumped. This means that we're able to monetize on YouTube now and start running ads, and I'm gonna decide not to do that. I've talked with people on my team and we've just come to the realization that we would rather work with people we believe in and do ads and sponsorships with them rather than make you watch YouTube ads. I don't think anyone's gonna have a problem with this, but if you really wanna see YouTube ads, let me know. I'm happy to figure that out. But for now, I just wanna work with people I believe in, whose products I actually use. So the two sponsors we're gonna be working with are Vault and Vault Proxies. Vault is a cEDH specific Discord that is able to source rare foil and non-foil foreign cards, specifically Russian and Japanese cards. And he's able to provide them at a price and at a time frame that is super accessible. In the past, I've worked with Haruya. I've gotten my foreign cards from them, but with the tariffs, it's just really expensive. It's also very much so a long shipping time, so you really have to wait. Dude's able to get these things out right away. He's based in NorCal, and he's just an awesome person in this community. He also plays Magic, which of course is the best part of all this. The other thing Dude does is he works with Ultras. So people like Kai Swatrix, someone I'm a huge fan of and who hopefully I'm gonna be working with in the future. He's able to work with these Ultras essentially to get the cards to people in his Discord server before they're released to the public. So if you're interested in joining that Discord, I'll have a link to it below. He also does monthly giveaways, by the way, so that's super exciting. Just to show off some of my bling, I have my little Russian foil Citadel right here, something I'm super proud of finding. And then my first foreign card I ever got is this Rograk, and I got this when I won my first tournament and it was on Rog side. So those ones are forever dear to my heart, and I'm really excited to work with Dude to get more of these foreign cards and foils and start to bling out my deck a bit more. The other cool thing about Dude is he's gonna be working with us to give away cards. So each month we'll be giving away one of his super sick foreign cards to people in the community who watch videos. This is just a way that I'm really liking giving back to you guys and helping you get cool stuff. So that's awesome. The other sponsor we're gonna be working with is Vault Proxies. Our format is proxy friendly, and it's a big reason why a lot of us get to play. I know me personally, I would not be able to play this game at all if it wasn't for proxies. So it's someone that I really am looking forward to promoting, to working with, and I also am going to be an affiliate with them. So if you buy Vault Proxies, you can get a discount by using my affiliate code. It's SNACK, S-N-A-C-K, at checkout. You'll get a percentage off, I'll get a little kickback. Just again, someone to work with if you wanna have high quality proxies. They're a lot cheaper than printing proxies. They're also much higher quality. I know I've gone to printing proxies a couple times, and sometimes the cards are great and sometimes they're just not what I'm looking for and I don't wanna put them in my deck. So this is a domestic business. They ship, create their cards all in the US. Notorious is the guy who runs it. He's also a cEDH player. He plays Gyruda, and I know he goes to tournaments and just gives people Gyruda decks to play with. So if you're at Fishbowl, I think he's gonna be there giving out Gyruda decks or something, but it'd be super exciting. He's also gonna be doing giveaways with us. So we're gonna have certain videos where I'm going over decks or we're doing breakdowns, and he's gonna be able to send those decks to me and I'll be able to give it away to you guys, which is gonna be super exciting and just another way for you to learn more cEDH, get into different decks, try new things at no cost. So those are the two sponsors I'm super pumped to be working with. Like I said, we're going this route over YouTube monetization just because I believe that I want to provide high quality content and I don't want that to be interrupted by ads, specifically ads that are not contextual to cEDH and that don't really matter to the game. I'm gonna stop talking now and let you watch the video, but I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support again. I'm so pumped to be doing this, and I could not be more grateful for all the support and positivity that's been spread so far. So without further ado, go enjoy the video. Hello and welcome everyone. Thanks for coming and watching another video from Bite Size MTG. Today I have a super special guest on. It's Hire from Playing with Power, the originator of the Fishbowl. Hire, thank you so much for joining me today. Super pumped to have this discussion. I know it's been in the works for a while and now we get to actually talk about it. So yeah, thanks for coming on.
No problem. Finally. So excited.
Yeah. Yeah. It's freaking awesome. So today what we're going to be doing is just talking a little bit about Fishbowl. For those of you who don't know, I don't know how you couldn't know at this point. It's the biggest tournament on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so freaking cool. And then we're also going to be chatting about the California Circuit for the first time in some detail and kind of giving you guys a look into what that's going to mean, and also the pretty exciting aspect that we're going to be launching this at Fishbowl. So it'll be the first event that we have going, and it's going to be pretty exciting just to have everyone who plays in that event sort of get points that count towards the California leaderboard. And then we'll kind of wrap up with a little chat about your deck, Big Flips. And I think the big influence it's been having on the scene, like I would say that the semi-blue, Atali, and Big Flips are the three big changes we've seen like post-invitational that people are super excited about and sort of latching onto. So that's sort of the run for today for everyone. Just to get started, the first thing I want to know is how you started Fishbowl, why you started Fishbowl, kind of what brought you into that whole process.
Fishbowl, I would love to be like completely my idea. All me, baby, you know,
Mastermind.
That would not be true. It was a ask from the community to create a tournament that was on the West Coast. There is a real big barrier on the West Coast to host tournaments because venue spaces are really expensive. It's just challenging. California itself is really expensive. It might be a little bit less expensive to run tournaments in like Oregon or Washington. Mm-hmm. Even in like New Mexico, like it might be a little bit more like accessible.
Yeah.
But there, you know, there's the local players wanted a tournament, a big tournament that we could do like in a series type of way on in California. I had been my local game store is TC's Rockets, and I had been going there. That's where I learned how to play cEDH.
Nice.
So I had this strong relationship with them, and I was like, hey, would you guys be open to like this idea? And they were like, sure, we could do that. That sounds like fun. And, you know, the SoCal, specifically the SoCal EDH, cEDH subreddit, or not subreddit, Discord, they were like down. They're like, yeah, how can we help? What can we do? And they were the big energy behind it. I'm not going to, like, they were the ones, man. All of these guys, it's where I met Alex. And, like, all of these guys were just so, you know, really wanting this to happen. And I was like, yeah, let's make this, let's do this. And so we made Fishbowl 1. Fishbowl 1 had 67 players, and it was a great time. We loved it. It was super fun. Top Deck was just starting its like journey to being the software that it is today. And I was like, let me, you know, be your guinea pig if you have any new features. And so Fishbowl 1 was, you know, awesome. We had a great time. Fishbowl 2 came around. We sold 78 seats. It's like, all right, hey,
we're growing.
We're doing something. Yeah. Fishbowl 3 was when we knew, oh, this is kind of a thing, because we sold 128 seats.
Yeah, like the first platinum event then.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is like a big tournament. And we were like, okay, this is getting a little snug, but we can do another one. We'll do another one here. And this was all being run at TC's Rockets, which has a really big game room, but not enough to fit like 200 people. Yeah. The next Fishbowl, we sold 174 seats. And we were like, guys,
it's kind of hot in here.
It's a little tight.
Yeah.
A little tight.
One bathroom.
And one bathroom. That bathroom got destroyed. But then Fishbowl 5 was when we thought, okay, let's rent an event space. And that's kind of like, I think, where we want to stay. We like the size. We don't really want to getting bigger would be awesome, but it would require us to move. And we just like the setup. Seems like a lot of fun. Yeah. And it can be... Yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot of fun. And again, all community driven. Like, could not say more about the community in being a part of this. Just so much effort into making sure every player knows it's happening. I've also like personally sponsored players to play in the Fishbowl. Like, I think I've sponsored for this Fishbowl like 5 players to play, because I'm a human and understand that people are going through things, but 2, like, I don't want there to be a barrier between you and playing in this, especially if you're a local. Like, hit me up. Let me see if I can work something out, because I always want to try. Try. And then I also want to like highlight local artists if I can find them. Like, if you want to be a vendor, that kind of thing. And the community's really like responded well. My big thing is player experience, so try to do everything I can to make that as enjoyable as possible. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, everything. I've only gone to one Fishbowl, unfortunately. I've been in San Diego for about 2 years, and that one tournament was, and I'm not just gassing you up, but it was the best tournament experience I've had at a big scene, you know, and being able to like have it be in San Diego. The whole regional community pride thing is like so important to this game, in my opinion. And I agree, like having people behind you to support this tournament and to grow it and to, you know, be hyped about it and kind of have like, this is our backyard sort of thing is just something that is, I love to see in this game. And so, you know, like I said, hats off to you for continuing to do it. I know it's not easy to run these tournaments. No. And it sure is not very profitable. But yeah, I just think it's an awesome experience to have. I also was going to say that having the local scene be involved in like vending, like I know we have the same taco truck this year, right, as we had last year. And that was just such a huge hit. Like they're awesome. I've had some local artists reaching out to me and saying, hey, like I'd love to, you know, get some intros to some of the, you know, the bigger names in this community. And like, I'd love to talk to Hire. And it's like anything I can do to facilitate that, I absolutely want to do. But yeah, the next thing I'm curious about is like, when we have these expansions for other TOs who might be looking to do something similar, are there any sort of like large points of resistance that you face that you might be able to help people push through if they're going about making their first tournament or trying to start something like the Fishbowl?
The piece of advice I give any TO who's looking to run tournaments is partner with a business. Partner with an established business. There's a lot of things that happen when you're like running a tournament that I don't believe your average Joe is ready to like handle. One, taxes, insurance, making sure that like the money that you're getting from the event tickets are being taxed appropriately so that you don't get hit with a huge bill from the IRS later. I have been so fortunate to partner with TC's Rockets, an established business that's been around for a long time, but also has connections that I just don't have because I haven't been doing like that, right? I haven't been in the business game. I'm a social worker, right? Like I don't, wrong industry, baby. Yeah. So I would say this is probably the number one thing is find a local game store. They'll be stoked to run an event with you because it only gets them business at the end of the day. Like they'll be like, if, especially let's say you're running a 64 person event, let that event, if the business can't host it at their store, let that store be the only vendor. And so no matter what, they're selling a lot of cards at the minimum, the bare minimum, they're selling a lot of cards. You can use the prize pool from the ticket sales to, you can use the ticket sales to fund the prize pool. And then you're not out any cash really. And especially if you're not hosting in Southern California specifically, you can probably get a venue space for not that much money. So what I'm saying is that it won't cost that much money for you to run the event. But if you have a business partner in this, that you will go so much further and it'll be so much less of a headache for you.
Yeah, I think that makes a ton of sense. And I think we've been seeing a lot of tournaments pop up and sort of run with this model. One in Colorado, like there's Mortal Kombat. I think they did it a little differently just because they might have partnered with some local game stores because there were definitely vendors there. But it was cool because they had the Dave and Buster's as sort of their venue, you know? And so they were able to sort of work around costs a little bit in a really unique way. So for anyone looking to run tournaments and really get into this game and to grow cEDH, look at what Hire's doing. I'm sure you're down to have people reach out and answer questions and help them out. Look at what Critical EDH is doing, Mortal Kombat. There's a lot of really great examples for people to kind of grow this and make something. The last thing about Fishbowl is you talked about where it started, you know, having like a 60 person. And now I think we're up to we're plus 200 right now for entries this year.
Yeah, we're right on the edge of 200 right now. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, with this being such a large event, what makes this Fishbowl so special? And so, you know, like getting to this point, like what stuff can people kind of expect to see from this event?
For me, it's the $15,000 prize pool.
Yeah, wow.
Like I'm giving away $15,000. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
In cash. Here you go, bud. And so that to me is like a big deal because I never thought I'd be in a position where like we could generate that. In addition, we have, you know, this amazing artists that are coming that are like, we have Ben Shuga who did our playmat, Golden Sabretooth did our trigger tokens. We have Ken Meyer who's coming out. He's a Mystic Remora artist.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just so cool. Like, these are cool people to come to your event. And then we have like these amazing top tier players. We got you, we have Comedian, we have Freedom Waffle. There's like these amazing players that are coming to this venue to play. And it feels like, wow, this isn't just like a West Coast event. This is like a major tournament that people come in and play at.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited to see that like come to fruition. And yeah, that's for me, that's what makes this Fishbowl specifically so special is how much effort has gone into it, but then also like how big we've pushed it.
Yeah, it's really like taking a step into legitimizing cEDH as a tournament format, you know, and
for sure
making it possible for players. I think in the near future, it's very likely that we could have people that do this full time, you know, just like 60 card grinders with a Pro Tour. There's definitely opportunities for players to, you know, play tournaments, win prize money, do content, like really opening up the space to be a legitimate tournament format, which I know a lot of people are talking about right now. And there's definitely barriers to that. And that's something that a lot of discourse happens, you know, on like Twitter and on Discord and stuff. But I just think there's so much more positive than negative. And this kind of arena of being able to host these sort of events is a really awesome step in that direction. So yeah, hats off.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So now I kind of wanted to transition into talking about the California EDH Circuit. Okay, dope. So this is the website for the California EDH Circuit. It is going to be a statewide circuit run in California for California TOs and LGSs that are going to be able to host events. Just like the Top Deck National Circuit, we're going to have all these 4 classes of events, point breakdowns for all of them, a lot of information about it. And then over here, we have a registration tab where you can see, you know, how we're going to be accepting partners, essentially is what we want to call LGSs and TOs that are part of this. But it's going to be able to have people come in at either tier. Tier 1 is for people who want to host bronze and silver events. So those are 15 or 16 and 30 person events. And then tier 2, which is gold and platinum events. So 50 plus and 100 plus events. And we're also open to sponsorship opportunities just because we want to be able to get people that are involved in the cEDH scene out there, have their products placed on stream, on Discord, stuff like that. And then also we're really excited about opening up player sponsorship opportunities as well so that, you know, players can have a little more legitimacy going. And yeah, so this is basically the event page or the website. Right here, we have our partner stores. We got Fishbowl right here as one of our first big partners, which is super exciting. And we've got a little event calendar in the works. Our first event will be Fishbowl, so we'll be launching here. And we're just really pumped to have this kind of going on and have, like you said, more of a community aspect going to cEDH. That's something a little more regional. The big focus is being able to have players be able to compete for something bigger than just a single tournament. We want to give players the opportunity to really compete for glory. And this year, we really want to see like who the best player in Southern California is. All of California, sorry. So yeah, that's a little bit just about the California EDH circuit. I know that we've talked a ton about this. We've had a lot of car ride discussions. And I just want to say we're so pumped to have Fishbowl be the sort of nexus of this and the start of it. That's a little bit about the California EDH circuit. We're going to be releasing info on this, so people are going to be able to access this, go and register. If you're a TO or LGS, feel free to check this out, fill out a form. We'll get back to you about being a part of this and having your players be able to qualify. At the end of the year, we're going to be hosting an invitational, just like Top Deck did. And yeah, the top 64 players are going to battle it out, which is just super exciting. So that's the California EDH circuit, just kind of in a nutshell. And yeah, wow, the amount of work that's gone into this is insane, but it's super worth it.
This is so sick. I'm so excited about this. Oh my God, great job. This looks amazing.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's been just like you said, it's been a huge community effort. We've had tons of people reaching out, willing to help. And, you know, this California EDH circuit is the product this year. It's going to be under the company name of Best in the West. And hopefully in coming months or years, we want to expand this to be a West Coast regional circuit so that people can, you know, compete for something even bigger. And it's, you know, Top Deck is facilitating all this, and they're letting us have the software essentially to get this thing going. This is our Top Deck page right here. So you can kind of check out the leaderboard. No players right now, obviously, because we haven't had an official event yet, but we'll have all of our partners here as well. So anyway, that's what we've been working on over here.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
true. You guys putting in work.
Yeah. It's been so exciting. It's been freaking awesome. But it's just been because we get to work with people like you and other LGSs and TOs in the area to kind of get this up off the ground. And hopefully we can, get a ton of stores and LGSs interested in joining and getting their players the opportunity to compete for this. And like I said, gain that glory that players have been searching for and looking for, and that Top Deck sort of blazed the path for. It's awesome. Yeah, it feels like everything's kind of coming together for cEDH. Like things are just being placed in the right place, and the path is opening itself up quite a bit.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is. So cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The second thing I want to talk about is the artists that I've been working with on this channel. So there's two people that have been just amazing. We've worked really closely together to help update the channel and bring it closer to the vision that our team has and that we really want to promote. And I'm going to link their info below as well, so you can check them out. They're going to be doing a giveaway with us for this video. We're going to be giving away token packs from them. I think we might be giving away an altar that one of them's doing, but it's Clone Gwyn and Pedro Banjo. They're both members of the cEDH community. They play a lot of Magic, and their art is phenomenal. So all the art you're seeing in this video, the updates are from them. They have been freaking awesome. I cannot recommend them enough. I love their art. I'm going to be having their cards in my deck, definitely going to be doing altars, and we'll be doing more giveaways in the future. This is something that I'm kind of wanting to work on, is working with more artists to give them a bit more of a platform and help spread their art to a larger fan base. So if any artists are interested in working with Bite Size Magic, please hit me up. My Discord is Snack. It'll be down below, actually. You can just go and find it there. But reach out to me. I would love to work with you. I'd love to promote your art and help people get access to more artists in this community and just help essentially grow the scene and make it more visible. The next thing I'm curious about, and this is a little bit of a jump, but I would love to talk about your kind of, I guess it's a league run more than a tournament run, but talk about Big Flips and the impact that's been having, like literal waves that it's been making.
Listen,
right now.
The boy's always with me. The boy's always with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those joining in, I play, so this is my third month, and I don't know how long the Critical EDH League has been going. Has it been going on for...
I think you've been part of it for pretty much the whole time that I know of, at least. I don't think it's been going on that long.
So I started playing in August in the Critical EDH League. It's in October. So in August, I finished first. In September, I finished 12th. And then this month, I'm in first again. But, nice. I mean, we're halfway through the month. I think the biggest thing that has changed, and it's funny because me and Zach went to a tournament a month ago, and we talked about Big Flips being like an interaction list, just go for the money kind of deck. And at the time, I think was finding a lot of success in a league style because you can just pump out games. Since that conversation, I've added interaction back into the list.
I know, I saw.
And highly successful. Very, very good. And I think it's just like one of those things, and this is more of a conversation about like good decks in the format. Big Flips uses interaction not necessarily to defend its wins, but to make it so that your deck can put draws on the stack. So
Gotcha.
the games that you normally would, the games that you would lose, you now can draw.
You have agency.
Yeah, you have agency over it a little bit more. So like, as you can see, very low interaction package, but enough that like if you have it in your hand, no, I'm not going to lose this game. Just going to be a draw.
Yep. You also have a lot of permanent based interaction, like your Manglehorns, your Glenelendras, Kira, Trinisphere. Like there's ways you're operating that are proactively interacting with the table.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the deck as it stands is hyper layered. That's like the best way to describe it. There's a lot of lines that are really wonky that most people wouldn't see coming. Like you might catch it. Might be a little late, but you might catch it.
Yeah.
Like
could catch a stray.
yeah, right? Like a good example. If I were to have a devoted druid on the battlefield, right? That is a scary card for me to have on the battlefield, just in the first place. Very scary card. The reason why is that the cards that I need to win with it are many in the deck, and I can get them out onto the battlefield at instant speed. A way I can do that is I can use a card like Whir of Invention. It's an instant that says pay X, put that, right there. Yep, pay 3 and X, and it allows me to look for Machine God's Effigy, put it right onto the battlefield. Make infinite colored mana at instant speed. Another line that works with Devoted Druid is if I get an Enduring Vitality and then
so cool.
copy the Enduring Vitality with Gigantoplasm, which can sack itself, I can then have it come back as a copy of Devoted Druid, but it's a creature instead of or it's an enchantment instead of a creature, so I can just make infinite green. Those lines are bountiful in Kinnan. They're just like these like layered things, because Machine God's Effigy not only goes infinite with Devoted Druid, but it also goes infinite with Astral Dragon. And like
copies of the Machine God's Effigy that make another Astral Dragon and make other stuff. Right?
Yeah. It's so good. It's just so good. I'll take it. Yeah. Astral Dragon enters. It makes 2 copies of Machine God's Effigy. One of them comes in, and then you have 2 more Astral Dragons. It's like, oh my god, it just make it end.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah. So like the deck is just super layered, and I've had people come and say like, oh, I try to like resolve a Lurking Predators, and someone countered it. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That's a very
they should do that.
They should do that. They should totally counter it. You have to pick your windows though. And for some reason with this list as it is, like I've found a lot of success in the league. I think that you just have to put the reps in. If you get the reps in, the deck will pay off for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you are leagues and bounds ahead, like 32. I definitely do not understand the point system, but that seems like quite a big gap. Like everyone else is here at like 2000s in the top 10, and you're out here like 1,000 points ahead. So yeah, it's going super well.
In this league, what's interesting is that at the beginning of each round, you wager 8% of your points. So for me, if I were to play a game with anybody, if I lose, I'm losing 256 points as of right now.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's quite a big risk then to play games almost. Does that factor into like any decision making, or you're just going to keep jamming games?
Nah, just jam. I don't know. Like you can play scared, sure. Like and like covet your points because you don't, you're worried, but like I don't have confidence in yourself, man. Like just play.
Agreed. Yeah, and also like you gotta play to win. Like if you're not gonna play, you get passed up by other people. Like I was at 5, I haven't played a ton of games. I got passed up by these 2 players because they keep jamming their games.
Yeah, and like it's the 13th. Like if I were to stop playing, I don't play for the rest of the month for 17 days. Like come on, no thanks.
That's not gonna work. Yeah. That's awesome. One thing I am curious about is kind of your mentality around like consistent performance. And you've been playing Kinnan for, how many years? Like 7?
Few, yeah. Not 7. I don't think Kinnan's been printed for 7 years, but
I've
been playing it since like 6 months after it got printed. So yeah, but I have thousands of games on Kinnan for sure.
Is this something? I wish that you were playing in Fishbowl, to be honest, because it would be so cool to see you get to play at your own event. Obviously, there's conflicts of interest being a TO for it and organizing it, and you're going to be insanely busy. So yeah, it makes sense. But I'm just kind of curious about this idea of like consistency that you're creating, and this idea of like I have a lot of people talk to me and they're like, I'm kind of trying this deck, I'm trying what should be the best deck, and I'm not seeing wins. I don't understand kind of what's going on, and like you can look at that from like a symptomatic point of view, like, oh, you might not be mulliganing correctly, or your politics might not be fitting the style of the deck. But just from your perspective, like how does Kinnan, which has been your primary deck, evolve with your play style and help you see sort of these consistency of results? Is it just getting in all these games with the deck, or is there something more to it that's led to that?
I want to say playing the deck a lot gives me a pretty unique understanding of the deck. I know what the deck wants to do. Yeah. And like I also feel, and I don't know if this is something that's unique to me or not, but when I'm playing, a lot of the time I will not like say or oppose a good play. Like if a good example, if Kinnan has a Wonder in Archaic, best believe every Pyroblast and Red Blast will hit Kinnan. Even if there's a Ristic, because the Wonder in Archaic will copy the Red Blast and then get rid of the Ristic, because that's an objectively correct play. It makes sense. Kinnan's dead for sure. Yeah. Cast Kinnan. Pyroblast. Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense.
Understood. Yeah.
And the only time that you'll hear me like cause a ruckus is when I legitimately think something's a bad play.
Objectively, not just for you.
Objectively, not just for me, but like someone's like, all right, I'm gonna Swords of Plowshare your Kinnan. Why? Why are you doing that right now? Because you can't. It's your turn. Like, because you can't have Kinnan. That makes sense. I get your fear, but there's like legitimately a win con on the board, right? Like we have to worry about that. Let's just work together to deal with that, you know. And I think so when it comes to like bad plays, I'll get loud, like, hey, like, what are we doing right now? And I think that allows players to trust that I don't have bad intentions. Like, I'm not trying to cheat them out of like a win or something like that. Because they'll make a play and win the game, and I'm like, all right, let's shuffle up and play another game. Like, I don't care if you turn one Nas. Like,
good for
do
you.
that.
Yeah,
good for you. Let's play another game.
yeah,
right. And I think that mentality takes a lot of stress away. Like, I will never allow myself to play nervously because at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal. Like, I'm not playing for thousands of dollars. I'm playing for fives of dollars. like, and so like that's okay. That's okay. I'm okay. It's okay if I lose. That's fine. Yeah. So keep that mentality, and I think everyone will be okay.
You had a Twitter post too that said like, "Oh, I've been winning a lot of games, and then I lost 7 in a row." You know, how does the mentality around that work? Are you like being critical, being like, "What the hell is happening? Like, why am I on a sudden losing streak?" You know, like, what's the thought process there?
Yeah, if you ever, we don't play very many games together, but if you ever catch a game with me, the one thing I do after the game is I talk about it, like the game with the pod. Like, how did that game go, guys? Like, even if I won or I lost, whatever. And if I lose 7 games in a row, something's happened. Like, the meta has shifted. And when that, like, that's something I think every player should recognize. If you're on a crazy losing streak, like you've lost 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row, your deck is not meant for the meta right now. Yeah, maybe it was, but you need to make some adjustments to your deck. You also need to start pile shuffling more, because what's happening is that, right, like your deck probably plays in a way that groups a certain amount of cards. Like, maybe if you're a
breach lines,
exactly, like all your breach cards are now like together shuffled away at the bottom of your deck at all times.
Right.
And so I tell this to every player, like every 2 games at least you should be pile shuffling. Like, get your deck as randomized as possible. Hopefully that helps you out. If you have these like losing streaks, adjust your deck. Why are you losing? Are you losing because it's too slow? Okay. Do you want to try to slow down the game? Do you want to add stacks pieces? Do you need more interaction? Or the opposite? Do you need to speed up? Do you need to add more rituals to make it so that you can do your game plan quicker?
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
When did you add the interaction? I'm curious what prompted that sort of change in mentality. Was it a meta shift? Was it kind of like a losing streak or a winning streak where you're like, oh, it'd be great to have a pact of negation in this deck?
Yeah. It was my top 16 game against Max P. We lost. And the reason why we lost was because I didn't have interaction. So literally, there was a toxic deluge, and if I had a way to counter it, I win the game.
Yep.
That easy. Yeah. And he's like, all the games that you would have been that you're losing now, because Big Flips traditionally with no interaction has very few draws. It has either wins or losses. Those games that you're losing, you now can draw those games. There's like that possibility.
Yep.
And I noticed that when I was playing, I went on a blue farm kick for like 10 games. Yeah. And I won 4, lost 2, drew 7.
Wow. Yeah. And you have so much more agency to draw.
I was like, what is happening? I'm like drawing so many games right now. And I was like, that would make sense why this deck is so good in tournaments, because you have that such strong ability to draw games. And all you need to do is get like 2 wins and you're set.
Exactly.
So anyways, all that goes to say is that Max P was like, put some interaction in your deck. You'll probably get more draws or the ability to draw games. And I did. And now my win rate's insane.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. The last thing I'm curious about is, I talk a lot about political styles, and I think people have different ones. I'm going to actually be talking to Varix, or Kevin, and talking about sort of how to play authentically, instead of being like, maybe I should just play like Freedom Waffle, or, like whatever top player you're trying to emulate. And one thing I try and do in games is I talk about it like a highly empathetic political style, right? I really try and understand where my opponents are coming from, like understanding how they feel in the game and like why they're making the decisions they're making, not just from a logic base, but also like an emotional base. And it sounds kind of like Kinnan, there's a lot of empathetic politicking that you're doing in game. Yeah. And I'm sure your background and your work helps you connect with people, because
sure.
It's like a natural connection there. Do you have any like ideas about that, or anything you kind of want to mention around your political style with Kinnan? Because like you said, it gets targeted all the time.
I think you just and this is just like, I don't know how I like to be as a person, but like, if you're just honest about someone's like play, like, hey, that's a good play. Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing. If someone kills Kinnan twice and I cast Kinnan for 6, they might be more reserved in killing Kinnan a third time, Like,
Yeah.
I already killed your commander 2 times. Like,
All right.
and I'm like, yeah, bro, you already sent me back, big guy. Like, if you
Yeah.
want to send me back to the Stone Age again, like, feel free, do
Yeah.
your thing. But they'll probably be a little bit more reserved because they understand, like, okay, he hasn't really like said anything about me killing Kinnan, so maybe I should really focus on something else. And whether or not that's a good play or not, I'm happy because now like I get to play the game again, and also putting too much pressure on one player who hasn't threatened to win is probably incorrect, because now the players who are like sitting by like so excited for you to use your interaction are now like amped to win. So I think that I think being like more gentle in like how we play might be better. And also I think it makes for better gameplay, like in terms of just how people feel about the game in general, which it's a game at the end of the day. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, my goal in every game, I mean, obviously it's great to win and that's why we're playing cEDH, but I want to walk away from every game having the belief that I've played honorably and that other people, and you can't control this obviously, but I want people to walk away from the game, win or loss, and say that was a really great game. And I want to play with Zach again because the experience was positive. I didn't feel like I got, and it's something I'm working on. It's definitely not something I'm perfect at yet, but it's a highly important thing for me to play these games. And these are not single games for me. It's like, I want to play the infinite game of playing cEDH all the time. I want to play more, not always just playing to win.
Yeah. There's an experience you can have when like you forget a pack trigger and then someone puts the pack trigger on the stack, like at the worst time. And you're like, oh my God, that's how you want to win the game?
Right. I totally agree.
Right? And like I had that experience recently where like someone forgot a draw trigger and they went for Thassa's Oracle, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna put that draw trigger on the stack, and they're like, seriously? And no, not seriously, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, right.
They're like, oh, okay, thank God, okay, all right. And like it's just because that's not like the experience I want to have. Like I don't want to win like that. I'd rather just lose and then play another game than win and feel like shit.
Yeah. Completely agree. I think we're kind of wrapping up at this point. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention regarding Fishbowl, regarding Big Flips, California Circuit, anything that we missed or you want to just like cover again?
Yeah, more of a shout out to you and Alex. Just like the work that you guys are putting in on this, I think is incredible. I think that California absolutely needs a circuit. West Coast absolutely needs a circuit. And I think this is like the steps forward that we need to take to make a more unified region. And then like, it's also going to be sick. Like this is going to be so cool.
Yeah.
A ton of stores are going to get a lot of coverage. And I think that's something that's very needed. And I'm excited to just like see events that are going to be near me that I can go to easily. That's so cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And like I said, like you doing the work you've done has been a big catalyst and reason why we get to do what we've done. So, thank you for making Fishbowl so amazing. Thank you for being a part of this community and like being such a positive presence. I know it means a lot to us and a lot to the community as a whole. So just knowing that the work you're doing is seen and very much appreciated by everyone. Hell yeah.
Not a problem, man. And shout out to your beard, man. That's
oh, thank you. Yeah, it's coming in. I've been
coming in, big guy. Coming in.
I've been helping my mom move, so I'm in an Airbnb right now, and I've just been like, all right, I'll clean up everything as soon as I get out. Get a haircut, finally shave the beard, get Fishbowl ready.
Fishbowl ready. Okay, for sure. I dig it.
Yeah, but. Yeah, so that's the episode. We just wanted to chat about these few things. If you haven't signed up for Fishbowl, please sign up. We are approaching the deadline. I guarantee you that there will be people that are not going to be able to play because they didn't sign up in time. And that's something I hope no one has to deal with. I dealt with that Fishbowl 4, I think. I was like, am I too late? And I was too late. So don't be like me. And if you're curious about the California circuit, I'll have information down below. You can go and check that out. The registration process is pretty easy, but again, feel free to message me. I'll have links to the email and all that kind of stuff. And then if you are looking for a new deck to play, try Big Flips. The deck is so much fun. Like I played it, you gave me the deck and I was like, this is a blast. I'm having so much fun. I was like, let's cut all the interaction. But I think seeing some interaction is definitely a good idea. And it's really smart on your part to like think about the meta actively and adapt to it and not just be stuck saying, oh, we're not gonna change. So sweet. Well, thanks for coming on, dude. Yeah, I had a great time chatting. Cool. All right. Until next time, thank you guys for watching. If there's anything you're curious about, leave it down in the comments. I'll be sure to answer any questions. And I hope we have an awesome Fishbowl. I can't wait. Hell yeah. All right. Peace, guys.
Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you want to win a giveaway, just like the person who commented on last week's video, all you have to do is leave a comment on this video and we'll pick our favorite one. You're actually not just going to win one token pack, but you're going to win two. One from Camsit and one from Pedro Banjo. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. You can also find Pedro on Discord at Pedro Banjo, and you can find Camsit at the link below with all of his art, and on Discord at Clone Gwyn. Make sure that you follow Higher on X and Playing with Power on YouTube. And as always, follow me on Twitter for more bite-sized takes. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next week.